Does being strong mean you are able to start picking up groceries from the back of the car, help your parents move some heavy items in their household, or just get around and pick your kids up to play with them? If getting strong is something along those lines, there are a couple of key things I want you to start working on to get those results of being strong. So, big thing with training is have a regular and consistent routine. And like I said, there'll be two parameters in there of the type of equipment you're using and how frequently you're doing it. They're the big defining factors. With that framework in mind of regular training and frequently doing it and having the similar equipment, we can now start to progress in our weights training. It should take about roughly 6 weeks if you are training that 3 to 4 times a week with resistance training. But there are a couple of tips I'd like to share that can help you on your journey to becoming stronger. Our first tip is to use a lighter set of weights with a higher repetition range. So what I mean by that is you'll use a lighter set, let's say 3 to 5 to 9 kilos, depending on the exercise you are doing. And you do that multiple times, say 15 to 20, or going for time up to a minute, 45 seconds. By doing that high repetition range, your muscles are going through like a marathon. They're doing it over and over again without pushing itself past 90% effort. If, on the other hand, you'll start using those heavier weights, we want to reduce the range. Both will work effectively, but the lower weights with higher rep range will really start to build that endurance so you can maintain great form inside the higher weights with low rep range. That being said, if you are going through that a million miles an hour, let's say you're doing some shoulder press as fast as you can, and you're starting to push your body forward, push your body back, and your arms are going forward, your technique is everywhere, it's not going to lead to great results in the long term. Reason why is it's going to start memorizing how to do it that way. If you take a step back, slow it down, and you work on your technique, it's like climbing a ladder that's going up the building you want to go to, rather than climbing the ladder that goes to a building that has no desire to get to. Your results will only be dictated if you're doing it the correct way. Knowing that you're training 3 to 4 times a week is fantastic because that gives you variety when you're doing your workouts. If you limit 1 or 2 of those workouts to, let's say, the lower body and some to the upper body, some to the middle and some that have upper body or the whole body, you're going to start finding that you're going to be able to go deeper in certain areas rather than only just skimming on the top if you're only doing whole body workouts. So those 3 tips again are having good technique whilst you're doing any of your movements, limit the body parts that you do in your workouts to only a couple, and try to use a higher repetition range with a lower set of weights so you can build muscular endurance. We hope this serves you well.